Southern Country Living, and this evening we're going to be having a little different meal than we normally do. What I'm going to be making is called a hobo pack. Now, a lot of people refer to this as a full pack meal, and that is a common name for it now, but in the old days this was called a hobo pack. And while I'm putting this meal together, I'll tell you a little bit of story of how I first met hobos and how I come about knowing about the hobo packs. So let me get over here and get started. Okay, I'm going to start off with some aluminum foil, and I'm going to put a little bit of rice right in the middle of it. And I don't need a lot of rice, so I'm not going to put very much. About that much right there will be enough. I'll go ahead and put enough over here on this one to do this one too. Back when I was about 13, 14 years old, and me and a friend of mine used to go fishing all the time, and we'd go over and we'd walk up beside the creek, and we'd go all the way to where the creek runs into the river. And that little area of town is called Hobo Canyon. Okay, I'm going to be adding some potatoes on top of the rice. And so we would walk all the way up to the river, and we could catch some of the best catfish up there, right where the creek ran into the river. And everybody had told us to be careful that there was hobos up there. We had never ran into them, but then one day we went up through there, and sure enough, there was about 3 hobos out there, and they had them a fire going, and they had pieces of tin foil with food wrapped up in it, cooking their food over the fire. And so I didn't realize at that time that it was called a hobo meal, but I later learned that that's what's called a hobo meal. And so Marie and I, we've probably been making this for, I'd say, the last 10 years. We discovered it. We really like it. And so that's the history behind the hobo meal. Okay, I'll put the potatoes on there. Next, I'm going to put some cabbage, and I have got this diced up pretty small. You have to be careful when you're making these because it's very easy to get them too big, and you won't be able to wrap them up. If you've ever made them before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's the cabbage, and I've got some peppers. These are actually frozen tricolor peppers with onions, so I'm just going to put a little bit on each one of them. Get some red in there. For me and Marie, we'd rather buy the frozen peppers. It's a little easier than trying to buy all the different peppers and slice them up because we don't use them all that often. Okay, next item going in is some smoked sausage. Now I've already got this sliced up, so I'll just lay some slices on here. You pretty much want these to be on top. And I can't see my camera, so I hope my camera's showing this like I want it to. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, now I've got the sausage on there. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to each one of them. Just put as much salt and pepper, as much seasoning as you want. And one of my favorite seasonings is Lowry salt. So I'll sprinkle a little bit of that on top. Okay, now because I did put rice in the bottom, we're going to need some moisture for it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and throw these 2 edges up. And I'm going to put about 3 blocks of ice right here in the side of it. There's a small one. I'm going to put 4 in it. And as this starts to cook, that ice will melt, and that'll be the moisture for the rice. Just fold the end over. You want to be sealed so that none of the liquid can get out once it starts to cook. Okay, let me fold this one up now. And normally I would use heavy duty aluminum foil, but I didn't have heavy duty today. So I'm just using regular aluminum foil. And if you notice, I did double it, so it's twice as thick. Okay, put my ice in there. Just pour it up like that and fold it over so that it seals. And fold the ends up. Okay, and I've got a pan here. Put both these in a pan. Looks like this one turned out a little bigger. This one might be mine, Marie. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven. It's going to cook at about 400 degrees. It usually takes around 45 minutes, sometimes 50 to 55. You can just sort of watch it and tell. But once you open it, it'll come out steaming hot. So let me get this in the oven and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, my Hobo packs just came out of the oven. They are very, very hot. Get this opened up here so I can show it to you. If I can do it without burning myself. But that sausage looks good. The cabbage is real tender. The rice is down on the bottom. So this is going to be a really good meal. So what we're going to do, if you can see it here, Marie, let me pull the camera over here and show you real quick. Okay, that's the Hobo packs. And then this is Marie's peach cobbler. And just as soon as we get through eating our dinner, we're going to come in here. Marie's going to get us a serving of the peach cobbler and some ice cream to go on top of it. So let's go in here and eat and enjoy it. Okay, there it is after I got it all stirred up. And this is Marie's. She hadn't stirred hers up yet. But you will not believe how good it smells. It is really great. And we put in a plate and we'll just eat it right out of the aluminum foil, just like the Hobos used to do years ago. Okay, we just finished the Hobo packs and they were really good. We enjoyed it. Now Marie's going to fix us a serving of the ice cream and peach cobbler.
Okay, we just finished our dinner meal of the Hobo packs and it sure was good. And so now I'm fixing to serve us some peach cobbler with some ice cream. Okay, I'm really going to enjoy this dessert, and y'all have a good afternoon and do what you love and love what you do, and bye.
Okay, this is our dessert that we're going to be having. We really appreciate you watching our video. Everyone have a great day and we'll see you on our next video.